What's up, family? It's your girl, Samantha Lee, and I'm here. Y'all, I am praying that my internet does exactly what it's supposed to do and keep me on the internet. So I rebuke the devil right now in the name of Jesus. We gonna do this daggone live. Y'all feel me? But before we get into the meat of the message, let me just say hi to my people. Let me say hi to my Game Changer Nation. Let me go ahead and see who's on here. Let me see all 180 you guys. If you guys are watching, please go ahead and hit the like button. Please go ahead and hit the like button. Hit the like button, okay? Let me see. Jacob, Jason, just Ryan from NOLA says ignorance being relative to ignoring someone will just breed that ignorance over time. We gonna get into it. Just Ryan. We gonna get into it. We got JR. Somebody told me I was Oregon. Okay. Sophia, what's going on? Jason, I see you. Mike, I see you. Nah, Jason, you didn't miss anything. You right on time. What's going on, everybody? Lumpia, what's up, family? How you doing? Tahisha, I didn't mean to click on that. Deb just saying hi to everybody too. Let me see. Hello, Alex. What's up, Alex? New Jersey's here. Well, do y'all know that I'm actually originally from New Jersey? Your girl is actually from New Jersey, was born in Princeton. Hello, baby. What's going on? Slicky Slick. Okay, Jay. We gonna get into that. Sweet Jig said, what's up? Okay. Turbo says he likes my channel. Awesome. Okay. I like it too. Thank you. I'm going a little spiritual now, y'all. I'm going into some spiritual stuff. So I'm really happy that you guys like the direction. And I'm doing some, interweaving some Bible in it. So I just want to let you guys know. What's up, Kilo? Jersey girl, Jersey. I actually, can y'all tell me where y'all are at? I want to know where you guys are at right now when you're watching this. I want to see who's watching the lives. Go ahead, put your state, where you at right now while you're watching this. Country, if it's not the country. Canada's in the building. Brooklyn in the house. Baltimore in the house. Y'all go see me do my dance in the house. Who else? Atlanta, of course. Cincinnati, Johannesburg, South Africa. What? Tennessee, but from Oklahoma. That's what's up. From Nigeria, Pennsylvania, New Orleans, Sydney, Australia. What? Bahamas. Oh my goodness. Connecticut, Alabama, Los Angeles, Norcross. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Big O in the house. Okay. Y'all, of course, my internet want to act up, but I rebuke that in the name of Jesus. Oahu. Is that Hawaii? Okay, Connecticut, Bay Area, Hamburg, Trinidad. So y'all, I'm actually surprised at how many people from other countries are watching. Like, I'm actually super surprised and super excited. That's amazing. So I'm worldwide, baby. Yeah, y'all, and I might be going. What's really interesting is that if for those who are actually in Chicago, I may be doing a show out in Chicago very soon. You guys go ahead and click the link in my the pinned comment and in my description box. You may be seeing me live in Chicago. Okay, so that's another thing I got going on. I might be going with tonight's conversation. You already know I did a season with them. Shout out to Ace Metaphor. In tonight's conversation, I might be heading out there, so you guys may see me out in the Chi-Town area. Okay, but anyway, Colorado. What's this? Lagos, Nigeria. Love it. Spain. Shut the front door. Kenya. That's y'all. Stop playing with me. Douglasville. Okay, I hear that. And thank you, Guyness, for saying that I'm breathtaking. I appreciate you, sis. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Tampa. I love it, you guys. And so, guys, I'm not gonna delay any further. I wanted to say Hey everybody, what's going on with everyone? I'm so excited to see y'all tonight. And tonight we have a very interesting conversation. All right. I did a live, well, I did a short not too long ago where I talked about, oh, Adrian asked me a question because he's trying to test me. Don't worry about it, Adrian. I got you. Have I read the Bible, whole Bible, from cover to cover? I have. I have actually. One of the few. I actually have. I thank you for asking me about that. That's nice. I don't know many people that have that know the word or whatever, but I have. He did try it, didn't he? One way day. He sure did. He did try it. But Sam got something for him. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, so anyway, guys, today we are talking about the secret psychology of ignoring women. Okay, I did a short on this, and this short, y'all. I mean, listen, it did very well. A lot of people enjoyed it. A lot of people liked it on all platforms, whether it was Instagram, TikTok, or YouTube. And so I decided let's have a whole discussion about ignoring women. Now, women that are on here, okay, I'm going to explain why after this live, you are going to understand. Make sure you stay to the end. We've got really great clips. If my internet wants to work very well, we got some really great clips that is going to absolutely give you the lowdown on the scroll down. Okay. And I'm going to explain my position. But at the end of the day, I also think that it's good to have. So I see Just Ryan saying that you listen, y'all, you can disagree. We gonna have a conversation. Okay. In order for us to be able to have certain things, we need to be able to have conversations, right? And we need to be able to have conversations and disagree respectfully. Okay. And so I want to make sure that we're having those types of conversations because that's how we grow. You may say something tonight that may change my whole perspective, and I'm open to that. All right. But I want to go ahead. What's up, Hope? I see Hope. I see Isaiah. I thank you, Undertaker fans. Thank you so much. I'm really excited about that. So anyway, guys, I'm gonna first play a clip from TikTok. Okay, we're gonna try this TikTok thing out. All right. So we got a clip from TikTok, and it's a young man. I think his name is Fit X Fearless, and he is explaining the psychology behind ignoring women. Now, I'm also gonna y'all. Somebody said this, and I think it's very interesting. I don't remember. I think it might have been at church, but nonetheless, my pastor, y'all, I love PD, so he gonna come in here a couple times with what I'm saying. But if it's a woman putting a men on games, women know women, all right. And so I'm going to be able to speak from a woman's perspective because I am a woman, right? Needless to say, and I think men. That's why I invite men on here to speak from their perspective because y'all are men. I can't tell a man his experience. I can't tell a man what's right or what's wrong. Only men can speak to men's experiences, just like women can speak to women's experiences. So I'm going to tell you, I'm going to be honest with you about my own experiences and what I think is true, what I would tell my son or what I tell my own brother. Okay. So Sam going to keep it real with y'all tonight. That's just what it is. Okay. And we going to kind of figure out a way where we can meet in the middle so that we're having a conducive, productive, shunuctive, manuctive conversations. Okay. I want us to be able to bridge the gap so that we can first understand as women what it is, why are men utilizing this? And then further, maybe giving some men some grace when they're advised to do this. And then you're also told on the other hand, well, if he ignore you, he don't really want you. Okay, so there's two. Okay, I know y'all. I'm all over the place. Deductive, meductive, shunuctive. It's a contactifis. We gonna come up with words tonight. Okay, we're gonna come up with words tonight. So I'm gonna go ahead and I am going to go to. Okay. All right. I couldn't make it. Well, I'm going to try to make it full screen. Okay, we're going to make it full screen right, y'all. All right. Y'all ready? Can you see it? Let me make sure you can see it. Okay, y'all can see it. All right. I'm going to let this young man speak. Go ahead, sir.
The psychology of ignoring her. She doesn't want you to know this. Guys, women do not want you to understand the power behind ignoring them. You know how I know this, guys? Because when women ignore men, they know exactly what they're doing. They know it gets the guy to chase even harder. When guys start implementing the same thing, you will see the same results. When you ignore a woman, guys, the psychology behind that is, hey, I have better options than you. And guess what that signals to a woman? Oh, wow, he must be high value. If he's not chasing me, trying to get at me like every other guy, he must be higher value than most guys. That would then make the girl be more interested in you. That's the psychology of ignoring a woman.
All right, you guys. So here's the thing about this. I agree. Okay. And I know a lot of people be like, Sam, are you really agreeing with this man? I agree. I think that when men, and I'm going to play another video, we're going to break her video down. So I'm not going to talk too long. But I want to ask men, in y'all experience as men, I want to know, is he speaking facts or not? Let me see a 1 in the chat if he's speaking facts. If you think he's absolutely false, if he's absolutely wrong, I want to see number 2. 1 if you agree, 2 if you don't agree. 1 if you agree with what Fit X Fearless said, or you don't agree. Put a 2. I just want to see, is he speaking facts? Let's talk about it. Hey, Caroline. What's up, baby girl? I see a 1. I see a lot of 1s in the chat. I see 1s in the chat. Very good. Very good. Yeah. You watch him all the time. 1. Yep. Works like magic. Yep. Okay. And y'all, men who are listening, I'm gonna give y'all a caveat to this, though. There's a caveat to this that he's not talking about. Okay. There is a caveat to this, because I think sometimes men do it too long, and there is a science to understanding it. So for the women that are joining, okay, this is not for me to advocate for men to ignore women. That's not what this is. What this is about is that there are men that pursue women in a certain way, and that way is ineffective. Why is it ineffective, Sam? Because when men are pursuing a woman, I'm going to take me for his instance. If a man is pursuing me and he going all in and he's doing everything the most, I'm going to look at it from a perspective of, why is he doing so much? Why is he going so hard? Why is he putting out all the stops? Sometimes I think I can get into a mind frame of like, oh, is he love bombing me? Should I? Because we got to be aware of love bombing as well, where somebody puts on too quick. They're putting on, they're buying you the gifts. They're doing all this stuff. They're telling you everything you want to hear. And you're like, oh, this man's definitely love bombing me. I'm not going to fall into that. I'm not paying attention to that. Okay. But in addition to that, there is another aspect of it where it's not love bombing, or it's not manipulative in that way. It doesn't have that intention. It's not from a narcissism cycles perspective. It's just somebody that is love bombing to get the attention of this woman. And so what ends up happening, because narcissism, they have their ins and outs. So they're hot and cold. And that's another tactic that's used a lot of time, the push-pull method. We've talked about that. That's used a lot in narcissism circles, but it's indicating interest and then withdrawing interest. So narcissism will bring a lot of interest in and then takes them out, right? So when we're talking about a normal guy pursuing, I think men can come in and they can say to a young lady, they can go all in. They can be saying everything, doing everything, buying everything, trying to take her out every single day, just laying it on thick. And I think a lot of women get put off by that, because then they think, oh, I've been put on this pedestal. And because I've been put on this little pedestal, now I'm going to stand up and I'm going to look down on you. So now I'm seeing them as lower value. What does that mean? Women are hypergamous biologically. Okay? We like to date up. So when somebody is pursuing us on that level and they put us on a pedestal, we then look at them as lower value because they trying so hard to get in our good graces. They're trying so hard to get with us. So then you start looking at them as a lower value candidate, right? And then you start losing interest because you're hypergamous as a woman. You just are. It is what it is. And so at the end of the day, in order to avoid that, you don't just give somebody your allegiance. You don't just give somebody all your attention. I don't care how bad they are. I'm talking to every man on here. You don't just give women that. Women have got to earn their place in your life. And women, the reverse is true. Men should also earn their place in your life. We can't just look at people, because I've seen this 1,000,001 times, right? Where I see men put women on a pedestal, maybe because of their following, maybe because of their Instagram, maybe because you done seen certain aspects of her and on paper, she seems like the perfect candidate and you don't put her on a pedestal, right? Your interaction, your experience with her has not been that, but what you see of her has been that. And so therefore you put this woman on this pedestal and you start pursuing her as if what you see on social media and how you see her represented in that fashion is the woman you are going to get. She may be bomb.com. Like y'all may be saying, like, let's just take me, for example. I'm not going to put nobody else out there. You'd be like, you know what? Sam would be amazing to date. I think Sam will be the best wife, the best this, the best that. Sam will be everything. But in all reality, you may date me and be like, she ain't it. She ain't really giving me no attention. She may not be really that respectful. She says all these things on social media, but she ain't really like that in my experience with her. That's fair. You should not just put me on a pedestal because I'm Sam and you see me on these social media networks. I should earn my respect. I should earn that pedestal. And a lot of times men, because we're talking to men today, men just wait, as a man, I don't see everybody but just me. Oh, okay. I was like, well, I saw that comment, El Fuego. I saw that. But anyway, I think men, when you do that and you put yourself on a lower platform and you're pursuing her by putting her on a pedestal, women can tend to look down upon you, therefore seeing you as less attractive, therefore then saying, I'm no longer interested. I'm going to friend zone him. He's a really nice guy. He's a really nice guy. Okay. I think when the smarter way to date is to spend time with someone, obviously be respectful, obviously be cordial, but do not put them on a pedestal. Do not chase after them like they stole your money. Literally just play a more back role. Okay. Because I think a lot of guys go full speed ahead, and I don't care who she is. I don't care what kind of following she has. I don't care if she's selling 1 million records. I don't care what it is. You see women be with men, like famous women that be with men you have never heard of before. Why is that? They knew how to play their hand. They knew how to play their strengths. And so I really want to encourage men to figure out your strengths. Everyone has a strength. I have a strength. You have a strength. Everybody has a strength. Figure out your strengths. Play into that. Everybody got a strength. The men that have ended up with women that we see online are like, how did he get her? What did he do to get her? Well, I tell you, he knew how to play his hand. Okay. He didn't put her on a pedestal. He treated her like a person. He didn't treat her like an enigma. That's a mistake. With everybody, even in my own world, where I'm at today. If I'm communicating with someone, or if I'm whatever, I like to be treated as a person, as a human being. I don't want to be treated like this, whatever. And I've even had that experience with men. If men have a platform, they have a bigger name. They also don't want to be treated by a woman that they're with like a fan. They don't want to be in relationship with fans. They want to be in relationships with real women, unless you got some narcissism going on. But otherwise than that, a man that's in a certain limelight want to be with a woman. He want to be with a woman that's going to exchange with him, doesn't see him as this enigma type of person, then put him on a pedestal, because he's then going to look at her like, oh, you know what? You're not really. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm going to say. If you treat, hello, somebody said it, Johnny. Come on, Johnny, let's bring you up in here. It says, if you treat them like a celebrity, they'll treat you like a fan. Woo! Let's give a round of applause to Johnny, because Johnny's speaking pure facts over here. 100%, sir. You don't want to, and this is the thing, this is not to say you don't respect women. This is not to say you don't have a cordial conversation with women. But the reality is, what Fit X Fearless is saying is true. When you go too hard and you put a woman on a pedestal too soon, and you are you're pulling out all the stops for a woman you barely even know, just because of what she looks like, because a lot of guys get caught up in that, or what her social media looks like, or how many dudes may be pursuing her. Do not get the fear of loss in your head. Literally take that out and say to yourself, okay, based upon what I got right here, I'm not going to over pursue. I'm not going to go do too much to keep her around, because I know she got other dudes in her DMs, and I've got to get her. So I'm going to be so pursuant, and I'm going to be in there, and I'm going to be persistent, and I'm going to do this and that and the third so that she can see me. No, do not do that. Because then a woman would then say, you lower value than me because the way you pursue me, who are you? You were in my DMs for whatever amount of time. You were trying to get me. Let the record show. That's when a woman starts to see you as lower value. Do not devalue yourself trying to get a woman, because that will end up what you lead with, you will then be dealing with. Okay? You can be abused by. So if you lead with money, you can be abused by money. So then if you say, I'm going to buy all these things for you, guess what? Don't be surprised when somebody uses you for the one thing that you were trying to get them with. Women, same thing with you. That's what I'm saying. All right, y'all. So we're going to watch another video. You guys, again, we've got a great show for you tonight. So please stay all the way to the end, because we are going to answer questions. We are going to talk about this young lady right here that I'm about to show you guys. And it's not even, I'm not even going to call it simps, to be honest with you, because simps is, yes, going hard for a woman that you barely know. Okay, we get that. But in addition to that, I'm going to call it, like, I think a lot of men, because we get excited, or men tend to get excited about women, and women get excited about men. It's very easy to put people on a pedestal and see, like, oh, they're this, so I'm going to go so hard for them. And I want to discourage that behavior for both genders, men and women. If they need to be able on both sides to say, nah, you got to earn your position with me. You don't just get this or that. You don't just get those things. Women shouldn't, men shouldn't either. Okay? A lot of times we get caught up in the wrong things. And that's all I'm saying. I don't know what. Yeah, I'm like over here listening. I'm like, is there somebody else on my door? Hold on. What's going on? Oh, it must be my neighbor, because I'm like, what's going on here? Okay. All right. Okay. I think it's this one. Hold on. Yep. Mm-hmm. All right, you guys. So I am going to play this. I'm going to share screen and go. All right, here we go.
Most guys don't feel good about ignoring women, but really that is the best thing you can do for her. Let me explain. I have a client who over the weekend started freaking out because he had sworn to have met his soulmate on the online dating apps after only speaking for a day. And sure enough, on day 2, she says, sorry, it's not going to work out. And after going through his texts, I realized that he was texting her paragraph upon paragraph, telling her that she was his soulmate, overwhelming the shit out of her, talking to her about how fucking perfect she was before they'd even met. Now I'm telling you right now that comes
See,
off.
guys, exactly my point. You see what she's saying? This young man is telling her how perfect she is, telling you how amazing she, what all these different things before you even met her. You didn't even meet this person yet. You didn't even meet this person yet. You already saying that, you know, whatever. Oh, she's so amazing. She's a paragraph. She's my soulmate. That's love bombing, y'all. And love bombing, honestly, comes from a place of insecurity. Even narcissism at its ground level, it is insecurity. It's a weak ego, right? That it's a fragile ego that creates the persona that narcissism does. Okay, that's just facts. So when somebody is pursuing on this level, someone they don't even know, a woman is going to be put off by that. That's why I'm telling you guys not to do it. I know y'all are like, I disagree, Sam. No, listen, this is what it is. Okay, so let's keep going. Make sure I get my camera together here. Let's go chill. And here we go.
Is extremely needy and clingy, and needy and clingy energy comes from a place of extreme anxiety, and your energy is contagious, and anything we feel from you that isn't good will make us feel bad about you. Feelings are very black and white when it comes to the whole seduction dance. So if you're sitting there overwhelming her with all this stuff, whether it's texts, adoration, positivity, I don't care how fucking positive it is, if you're not being reciprocated, it is overwhelming and it is therefore bad. So taking a step back, pulling away gives us the opportunity to feel relieved, and therefore in that feeling of relief, we start to feel better about you. I talk about this idea all the time about how your energy and your feelings towards yourself is contagious based off this principle of physics called resonance. Basically, it means when one object is vibrating at one frequency, when it comes into contact with an object of the same mass or makeup, it then gets that same object to vibrate at the same frequency. Human beings are no different. So if you are vibrating at this energy level, at this frequency, super needy, super clingy, super anxious, guess what? She's going to feel that when you come in contact with her. And all she will know is that you are making her feel like shit with all that angsty energy. Nobody likes that. I don't care how well-intentioned it is, or I don't care how nice you're being. It's the energy behind that that we feel and run from. That's why they say something resonates with me. We are always feeling your energy. Human beings are just big balls of energy, and whatever energy you bring to the table, that's what we're going to feel. And if you are not.
So guys, she's talking about now in this situation, I agree, because at the end of the day, we are energy. You know, we learn this kinetic energy. My energy, you feel energy. I would tell people I'm an empath. I'm very empathic to people. So at certain points, like I will feel someone's energy and I don't even mean to, like I can just feel energy. That's what we are. Okay. And she's saying when you're giving off a certain energy and it's not being reciprocated, then the reality is the energy is it's not going to go the way you want it to go. That's essentially what she's saying. If the energy ain't there, we can't force it. Right. And I believe that even with like people that I communicate with in real life, if I'm talking to someone and the vibe ain't there, I'm not going to force it. I've always said that. I'm not forcing things to fit anymore. Right. Empathy can absolutely be draining. Thank you, Shane. Absolutely. It's hard to be an empath. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. So she's just basically saying, guys, we've got to see what happens in person. We've got to wait. Don't just give it away. I've said this in a lot of videos. I'm going to go back to me in the main screen. Guys, your attention should be expensive. We should not just be giving it away. It is a currency. Okay? It is a currency. And so I'm going to see if I can find the other clip that I wanted to play because I think it's very good. I'm going to go back to her. I'm going to go back to Holly. I think her name is Jessica Hollywood. I'm going to go back to Jessica Hollywood in a second, but I really want to show you guys this other clip. I'm going to get off and stop sharing that one. And I'm going to go and share this other one because I think it's very important for us to watch where we are in the conversation. Let me see. Y'all know I can't. Listen, I done came to give y'all a show. So let's keep going. Okay.
You more. Maybe it's a female friend, a coworker. You need to understand something called attention currency. And you need to ration the attention that you're giving this.
Oh, I'm so sorry, y'all. My computer.
A woman does not fall in love. A woman learns to love the man that.
Sorry, y'all. That's not.
Here's an easy trick to make a girl want you more. Maybe it's a female friend, a coworker. You need to understand something called attention currency. And you need to ration the attention that you're giving this girl. Here's what I mean. Your attention that you give a girl is like money. And if too much currency.
You hear that, y'all? Your attention that you give a woman is like money. It's like money. Why do I say your attention should be expensive? It's like money. And some of y'all are giving it away to women that you would never want to be with in real life. These are women you just want to sleep with. You know, women that people talk poorly about all over the internet. But these women and their lifestyles are being funded by somebody, by the same men that degrade them on these public platforms. They're getting the attention from the same men that are saying that they don't want them. The same men that are condemning their behavior is funding their lifestyles. That's what I'm trying. I want men's behavior to be aligned with what they say that they want. And if there's a certain type of woman you want, you only give that woman your attention. Because to a woman, your attention is a currency. That's why it says pay attention. Why is attention a currency? Because we only know how much time we have. So if I'm paying attention, I'm giving you time. And if I'm giving you time, time is a resource. And that time is expiring at any given point. I could do this live and pass away tonight. I rebuke that. I hope that God willing, I pray that I wake up tomorrow. But at the end of the day, that's why attention is so expensive. You don't know how much time you have. Let me keep going, y'all. Let me keep going.
Currency hits the marketplace, the currency will be devalued.
If
you give her too much attention too predictably, your attention will be devalued. How much of your attention currency are you giving her when you see her? Is she getting all of it? When you see her in person, do you always jump to say hi to her? Do you always run over to her? If you're at a party and your female friend is there, does she get 90% of your attention, or are you comfortable ignoring her at that party for a while? When you walk into work, does that cute coworker get all of your attention? Or can you just go into work, not say hi to her, and just do your own thing? We're talking about withholding your attention so it becomes more valuable to her.
Yes.
Here's an easy trick to make a girl want you more. Maybe it's a female friend, a coworker.
I loved how he looped that. I loved how he looped that. Again, you guys, this is what this is about. And to women, it's not even to be like negative towards women. This is just factual facts, okay? As a woman, I'm speaking from experience. When I have to work for a man's attention, or I have to earn it or whatever that may be, I can speak even to, the relationship I'm in now, right? Or I'm dating now. That man made me work for it on some level. I mean, yes, yes, we went out on dates and things like that, but he didn't just give me a commitment. He didn't just say, "Hey, Sam, let's be together, blah, 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 blah. I see what you're doing, blah, blah, blah." No, he made me, it was like I had to earn that level from him. You know what I'm saying? So that's the reality of it, is that I had to earn that from him. He made, like, we went on dates. He had to understand what I'm saying. He had to understand who I was as a person. There was things that he wanted to be okay with, not be okay with. And that made me value him more because of the fact that it wasn't just so easily given. Right? I had to earn that from him. He wasn't just giving away commitment. He wasn't just giving away his attention. He wanted, as time went on, he decided that he wanted to spend more and more and more time with me. And I was spending more and more time with him. And that's just in my dating life. But that's the reality of it. Because it wasn't just, the reality of it is just, you guys have to appreciate and value your attention so much more. You just do. You just do. You can't just give it away. Okay? And I think a lot of guys are giving it away to women that are not wives, are not women that you would ultimately want to be with. And then you're therefore perpetuating a group of women that feel like you are interested in this kind of woman because of the attention you are giving this kind of woman. When you then go on all these podcasts and see all the rhetoric you see online that's contradictory to what you're saying that you actually want. The women that are getting the most attention, although it is sexual attention, and you would think in 2023, women will understand the difference between sexual attention and real, genuine wife attention. We will understand the difference, but we don't. And so now we're like, oh, attention is attention. And I want attention. And so I'm willing to do whatever it takes to get the most attention and compete with the women who are getting the most attention. Y'all hear what I'm saying? Y'all, let's get the likes up. Let's get the likes up, y'all, because Sam is preaching. And I need to drink some water. But let's get the likes up and super chats in the building. What's going on? I said we gotta take a breath. So you guys do your thing for a second. But I needed to say that. I need to say that. So Stefan, I'm not saying to not give attention. I'm not saying to not give attention, Stefan. I am saying to not overwhelm her with attention. So if you are interested in a woman, it's okay to say, I'm attracted to you. It's okay to say, you're a beautiful woman. I would like to take you out to eat. That's fine. You should indicate interest. But it should not be, I'm persuading you to see the value in me. You see the difference? Me pursuing you and my boy Laterra says this all the time. He says, I will pursue, but I'm not going to persuade. And that's the difference. I don't need to persuade you, twist your arm, dance through hoops, audition for you to see the value in me. If over time, as I pursue you and I indicate, you know what, I think you are an attractive woman. I think I could see a future with you. Let's see what we can do together. That's one way. But a lot of men will go all out. And to the young lady's point that we played before, he's sending her paragraphs upon paragraphs, telling her he's her soulmate, telling her, I can't wait till we spend our lives together. You haven't even taken her on her first date. Do you see the difference? I hope I'm making sense, Stefan. Does that make sense? Exactly. Pursue. You ain't got to persuade. Blacknificent. You ain't got to persuade. You ain't got to persuade. And in fact, if you do the persuading, to me, I'm just speaking as me, as where I'm at in my life. If a man came at me with that kind of energy, I'd be wondering, what is he hiding? I'd be wondering, why are you going so hard for me? Is there something that you're not telling me? There's got to be something you ain't telling me. There's got to be something else going on. It automatically puts me off when someone comes at me too hard. So that's just me. So I wouldn't tell a man to go after a woman like that. I would If a man is going to pursue a woman, like go all out for her and everything like that, that better be your woman. That better be your woman. I heard about a young man who paid $500,000 for a woman on a date. You're crazy. No, if you were my homeboy, if I was talking to you, I'd be like, absolutely not. You will not spend $500,000 on one date with one woman. That is absolutely bananas. A woman who ain't even your woman. That's just a woman who's dating. She ain't even your girl. I could see your Lord, I don't even know. I could see your girlfriend. I could see your wife or something like that. But you better not, nobody on my life, I don't care who you are, you better not spend no $500,000 on a woman for a date. That just doesn't make any sense. That's my point, y'all. That's my point. That's what I'm trying to get at, okay? That's the behavior. All right. So y'all, y'all see where we're going at. Y'all see, I hope, ladies, somebody said you only live once. No, listen. Thank you, Caroline. Thank you, Caroline, for breaking the barrier of the Cash App. Thank you, ma'am. I appreciate you. You always come through. You always support me, and I really do appreciate it. And it's Shane, that's my whole point. You gonna spend that on a date? My friend spent $10,000 on a woman. Was that his woman happy life? No. No. She better be your woman. If you spending $10,000, that better be that's you. She's committed to you. Y'all got a commitment. Y'all got something. Now, Blacknificent, what I will say for the scripture part of this is that the Bible does not, the Bible does not discuss dating. Why? Why does the Bible discuss dating? The Bible doesn't discuss dating because they wasn't dating, right? They was getting married. At that time, it was arranged marriages. The families had to get together, and those families made a decision about what was best for the family based upon what the young man had to offer or the young lady had to offer. And they decided whether the man basically decided, am I attracted? Am I not attracted? And if he was attracted to her, then the families would arrange, there would be a dowry, and then that woman would be married to him. It was a completely different culture. So that's why the Bible doesn't address dating in that fashion. Okay. And so nowadays churches have ideas of how to pursue women, and we have love marriage and arranged marriage. The biblical times was arranged marriages. Okay. And so we can't, that's the difference. Shane, thank you so much, Shane. I tell you what, y'all, let me tell you something about Shane. Shane came on live one, and Shane has literally supported me from the jump. Shane, you have supported me from my first live. You probably have supported me even before I was doing lives. I believe I've seen your comments on a number of my posts when I was just starting out at 4,000. Okay. I had grown to 4,000. I had stopped, and then I just completely gave up on YouTube. Y'all, this is a complete side note. Okay. But I had to brag on my boy Shane here. Okay. I started at 4,000. And I wasn't growing YouTube. I decided I wasn't going to touch YouTube. Why? Why do YouTube? Why do YouTube? Why do YouTube? Well, then I decided, you know what? I'm going to do YouTube. Why not? I'm going to do YouTube. So in December 1st, I said, you know what? I felt like God was telling me to grow on all platforms. And so I researched how to grow on each platform: TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. And I started at 4,000. And now we are, y'all. What's the number now, y'all? What's the number now? December 1st? What's the number now? I just want to know what y'all think in the chat. Thank you, Turbo. Adujar. Well, you got a beautiful picture, though. What a gorgeous picture. You're a beautiful woman, Adujar. Thank you. What a great picture. Mm-hmm. And Turbo 850, thank you, sir. Appreciate you for the Cash App. Thank you so much again. But again, 196,000. Okay, so y'all have rocked with. You've started with me in December. I'm going to put. Can I see some ones in the chat if you joined the Game Changer family in December? I just want to see who was with me when I really just started this thing out. November 30th, I think, was the first post. But I just want to see how many people rock with me from there that time. That's December. Oh, we see a Ole Bojack. I don't know how to say your name. Dad rocked with me from the very beginning. Patrick said he was there from the very beginning. Look, Patrick said I was there before that, before you even knew you wanted to do this. Andrew McAllister said he was there from the very beginning. Dan said he was there from the very beginning. I love it. I love it. Thank you, Northwest Chica. I appreciate you. Isaiah said, no, I just hopped on board. I appreciate it. Look, I appreciate you. Thank you guys. Again, I'm just so appreciative. I have to do a side note just to say that I am so appreciative for every single person that has decided to rock with me on this journey. I appreciate every single person. So anyway, back into the meat of the message, y'all. Y'all know I get sentimental. I'm going to go ahead and play this clip one more time, and then we'll go back to the other young lady.
You need to understand something called attention currency, and you need to ration the attention that you're giving this girl. Here's what I mean. Your attention that you give a girl is like money. And if too much currency hits the marketplace, the currency will be devalued. Yep. If you give her too much attention too predictably, your attention will be devalued. How much of your attention currency are you giving her when you see her? Is she getting all of it? When you see her in person, do you always jump to say hi to her? Do you always run over to her? If you're at a party and your female friend is there, does she get 90% of your attention, or are you comfortable ignoring her at that party for a while? When you walk into work, does that cute coworker get all of your attention? Or can you just go into work, not say hi to her, and just do your own thing? We're talking about withholding your attention so it becomes more valuable to her. Here's an
and y'all, that's the whole point. The point is making sure that your value, when you're giving attention. I had there was actually a video. I'm gonna play it. I was debating on it, but I'm gonna go ahead and put it in another thing. I'm gonna play, and y'all, I know people have different perspectives on this young man. But I agree with parts of this. I didn't watch the whole thing, but I agree with some of this. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna show it. If it's gonna play. Hold on. Let me wait until it plays. It may not play.
So there it is. Take Shinkai.net. And I talk about how male attention is hyperinflated. So there it is. Take Shinkai.net. And I talk about how male attention is hyperinflated and women women enjoy unlimited male attention. Mm-hmm. So how do you add value to something? Well, you make it scarce. Gold has value because it's hard to find. Gold was everywhere, it wouldn't have value. So I teach guys to put value on their attention. And that's what a good hour of my course is about, how you do that. And my very basic principle is the way you put value on something is to restrict it. So I restrict my attention absolutely. So if I'm talking to a girl and she says something semi-sarcastic to me, or if she doesn't do what I want her to do, or she won't listen to me, I'll just stop replying.
Okay, so I'm not gonna go all the way into that because he's going into a different direction. My point in playing him is to say this. He's talking about your attention being valuable as men. And we're talking about tonight the secret psychology of ignoring women. And the reality is understanding the power of your attention. I'm definitely, somebody said I'm the RP community. Absolutely not. I would put myself in purple. Red plus blue equals purple. I'd be purple. Because I want to say I'm gonna talk about women. I'm gonna talk about men. We're gonna have the in-betweens, you know what I'm saying? Because I think I feel like it can get very extreme on both sides. Blue pill is extreme, red pill can be extreme. I try to stay in the middle, y'all. That's where I'm trying to swim. I'm swimming in the middle. Because the reality of it is, once we understand each other, we can have a certain sense of understanding that plays out into modern dating culture. This is what Glenn, I'm glad you brought this up. This still seems to add up to playing games. Here's what I'll say to this, Glenn. This is what I think. In my personal opinion, I don't think anybody should magically jump up on a pedestal to you. I think that that's more of a red flag than anything. And it's a sign of insecurity if we want to be real. Someone should have to earn your attention. They should have to earn that pedestal that a lot of people tend to put people on. You shouldn't just give it away. Right? And that's not playing a game. That's like, let me get to know you before I decide to make you the sun, moon, and stars. That's what I'm saying. That's literally all I'm saying. Is that a lot of times we tend to jump into giving people positions in our lives that they have not earned. And then we get disappointed when they're not what we thought they were. But we never spent enough time actually trying to figure out if they were or if they are who they say they are. Right? That's on us. If we're not taking time to vet people out, it is on us. It is on us. So that's that. Let me move forward. I'm sorry. Stay to the end, family. Let's stay to the end. Again, I'm going to go back to the young lady in the very beginning. Okay, so we're going to go, I'm going to take that out and we're going to go to another clip here. Okay. We're going to 300 likes. We need to go, right here. I may have to move her around. Okay, so let me go back to where we were. I think it was like right here.
Some sort of like plant or time spent at the casino, where the more time and the more effort.
Okay, I think I'm past this.
For in that feeling of relief, basically, it means when one object is vibrating at one frequency, when it comes into contact with an object of the same mass or makeup, it then gets that same object to vibrate at the same frequency. Human beings are no different. So if you are vibrating at this energy level, at this frequency, super needy, super clingy, super anxious, guess what? She's going to feel that when you come in contact with her. And all she will know is that you are making her feel like shit with all that angsty energy. Nobody likes that. I don't care how well-intentioned it is, or I don't care how nice you're being. It's the energy behind that we feel and run from. That's why they say something resonates with me. We are always feeling your energy. Human beings are just big balls of energy, and whatever energy you bring to the table, that's what we're gonna feel. And if you are not being reciprocated, that means you're doing more than her, giving more than her, over-giving, overdoing, which will make us feel overwhelmed. However, when you shift your energy, attention, focus, adoration from her onto you, what you're doing is you're now shifting that energy that she's giving towards you as well, which is why it seems like women always come back when you stop giving them attention. What you're doing is you're just changing the direction of the energy and the attention, and she is following your lead. So no, it's not a dickhead thing for you to stop giving her attention, stop giving her energy. What you're doing again is you're making making her feel better about you. You're taking the pressure off her. You being the nice guy, the overwhelming nice guy, that's a fucked up thing to do because now she's feeling pressure. And you're probably sitting there thinking, well, she owes me at some point. And that's what makes you the dickhead, Mr. Nice Guy. So if you're ready to make a shift in your life to finally get the attention and energy and adoration you want from the women you want or the woman you want, make sure you sign up for my free masterclass right here where I go over the 3.
So guys, I'm going to stop sharing this. I'm going to stop sharing this. And we're going to talk about it. So guys, I want to know, first off, what do you think about this video? Do you agree or disagree? Agree is number 1, disagree number 2. I already saw 1s and 2s in the chat. I just want to know 1s and 2s. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Do you agree with what she's saying? You don't like what she's saying? If you feel like there's something else you got to say, also put that in the chat because we can talk about it. I really want to talk about this piece. I see people saying 2, they disagree. I see people saying 1, they agree. Patrick, if you can tell me why you disagree, I would love that. And somebody else said that they would also disagree. I would like to hear what you have to say about that as well. Reciprocation. Until the very end, Andrew. That's funny. Okay. 1s. Nice guys finished last. Disagree to some extent. Okay, R. Glenn. John Green. And for people who disagree, tell me why you disagree. I want to know what you guys think. Okay, just Ryan. All right. You're ignoring me, but 2. That's cool. 100% agree. Okay. Social media has absolutely changed dating, Leo. You are not lying. That's all facts. All facts. I think that social media has absolutely changed things. Actually, men need to focus on their purpose and stop thinking about women all day. It's fake to purposefully ignore a woman for her attention to trap a woman when you have nothing, aka nice guy. So this is what Patrick's perspective is. And I'm going to talk about it. Actually, men need to focus on their purpose and stop thinking about women all day. It's fake to purposefully ignore a woman for her attention, to trap a woman when you have nothing, aka nice guy. So do you think that nice guys have nothing? I mean, because I think some nice guys have a lot of, I wouldn't say that all nice guys don't have anything. That's number 1. I do agree with men focusing on their purpose. And I do agree that should be your primary focus is purpose. It shouldn't be just about trying to find a woman and who can you get and pretending to be nice in order to get her. And that's not really your intentions. I agree with that as well. It's fake to purposefully ignore a woman to get her attention. My point, I think the point of ignoring or the point of not overdoing it or the point of not always being readily available for somebody or allowing there to be some mystery in that situation is that you want your presence to be appreciated and you want to know that when you are giving yourself and you are giving your energy and you are giving certain things to a person, you don't want to just give it to somebody that has not shown that they appreciate you on any level. You don't want to just give it to somebody. To her first example, where a man sent a whole bunch of messages to this young lady, it put her off. She went and looked at his messages and he was sending paragraphs upon paragraphs about how she's his soulmate, how he can't live without her, how he can't wait to see her, doing the absolute most when you don't even know this person. To me, that's not real. That cannot be genuine when you're going into a situation. In my personal opinion, when you barely know somebody and you're going so hard after them, you could be very interested in them. You may be interested in their pictures. You may be interested in their persona. But when you have not even met them in person and you are pursuing them on such a high level, to me, that does not seem genuine. My whole point in doing this entire live is to say this. Your attention is expensive, should be expensive. It should not just be given out to a woman you think is attractive on the internet. That's my point. That's my point. Your energy, your attention should be expensive. And some of you guys are throwing it on women or throwing it to women you would not want to be with. You do not know anything about. You do not you're just throwing it away. That's my point. That's my point. Exactly, happy life. The thing about it is, guys, if you don't choose well, if you don't vet women, because that's the whole point of this is vetting women. I got you, Deb. My battery's good. If you don't vet women on a certain level, there are situations because men have been known. Listen, we talk about Solomon. We talk about Proverbs 31 was written by his mother, Bathsheba. Bathsheba, who's Bathsheba? She's Solomon's mother who had this situation with David. Her husband was put in a line of fire because David wanted to be with his wife. Okay, so that's Bathsheba. And Bathsheba is putting Solomon on game about women. And she's saying that it is hard to find a good woman. And that a woman, the wrong woman, if you choose the wrong woman, it is expensive. It can literally sap a king's energy. Right? So a lot of men are not giving certain levels of attention, or men are giving the certain levels of attention to the wrong woman because of certain superficial things that will not help him remain, or continue to pursue purpose, or in King Solomon's case, being a king. And you will later know that Solomon ended up not being as great of a king because of the women he decided to choose. That's why this is important. That's why it's important to vet the women. It's important to, yes, it may look like ignoring. You may not want to ignore. You may not want to, half your effort. You may not want to do these things. But what I'm trying to tell all of you men on here is that the women, you guys are just as valuable as women. We tell women, be careful who you lay down with. Be careful who you spend time with. Be careful, be careful, be careful. We do not do this enough with men. Men have no idea how important it is for you to lay down with the right women, i.e., somebody brought up Zion Williamson. I don't know the case, but there was a case last week where a man was messing with a married woman and she ended up accusing him of murder. He ended up spending years in prison to fight this case and find himself to be vindicated on the other side. It was expensive to be with the wrong woman. It was expensive. That's my point. Not vetting women out has been the demise of kings. That's my point. So giving somebody all of this attention, pursuing them, sending them this, sending them that, you just putting them on this pedestal. This woman is now no longer attracted to you the way, or is valuing you in the way that you want to be valued. And you're like, oh, Sam, but this is a game. No, I'm asking you to protect your heart. I would tell a woman to slow down. Don't pursue him. Don't run after him. In fact, you can go and see my content. I've told women that. Pull back. Don't do all that. Don't do so much at first. You don't even know this woman. You have no idea what she can do. You have no idea how she can tear down your entire empire. That's my point. That's my point. There are certain things that women need to be. There are certain ways that you have to vet out women that you decide to bring into your circle? Does she fit in your world? Does she make sense for your brand? Does she make sense for your legacy? Does she make sense for your children? You've got to think much deeper than how you've been thinking instead of going all in after women just because she look good. Just because she bad. Just because she got a big booty. Just because she got all these other things going on. Just because she got lots of Instagram followers, just because she got a big platform, just because she got nice hair, we cannot allow the superficial to continue to get men to be caught up in superficial traps. So when I'm talking about psychology and I'm talking about why you should be more choosy about the attention that you give, I am advocating for men to absolutely take their attention and make it more valuable to women. Because right now, you've been deduced to money and likes. That's what you've been deduced to. Money and likes. That is your value. And what I am saying is, if you pulled that away, woman would have to be more to get your attention. I don't think y'all understand that. She would have to be more. She would have to be more than just bad on Instagram. She would have to be more than just, oh, you know what? She could really take a picture. Mm-hmm. She would have to be more than she just got to be fun. She would have to be more than that if you guys learned how valuable your attention was. That's why when a man come into a spot and he not giving nobody attention and all these women like, what's going on with him? Why is he not looking at me? Why is he not dealing with me? Why is he not doing this? Why is he not doing that? Oh, I know why. You got the women thinking. I'm not saying it's wrong to say that you're interested in a woman. But some of you guys pursue women from a broken place. That woman is fulfilling a much deeper need than what she's signing up for. Much deeper need than what she's signing up for. And unfortunately, men can get so lost that they lose purpose. They lose sight of their goals. They're talked about on every platform. They're being made fun of. The men that we've talked about tonight, they made a decision on a woman, and we're talking about it tonight on this. We're talking about the mistakes that men have made publicly. And somebody said this. I think it's really good. It says that wisdom, I think it says, wisdom is learning from the mistakes of others. A fool learns from his own mistakes. If I learn from how somebody else if I learn from the King Solomons of the world, if I learn from the men that I'm seeing today that are making horrible mistakes with women and that have cost them destiny, cost them purpose, cost them all these different things. If I'm seeing those things, it'd be wise for me to take heed to what I'm saying and to adjust the way that I'm going about pursuing women, because let me be open-minded enough to think that maybe I don't got all the answers. Maybe I don't got all the answers. Thank you, Johnny Siddith. I appreciate you, sir. You know, I was in a heated moment. I couldn't even stop and talk about it. But thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Andrew McAllister, I appreciate you. Let's go ahead and hear your comment as well. There is so much more than the physical material world. If you're choosing only on physical looks, you set yourself up for pain, misery, and heartbreak. My internet want to act up. In one of the social journals, and in this journal, it talks about how they looked at men and looked at men's preferences and who they ended up staying with, right? And so what ended up happening was men decided to be with women that weren't as attractive. They wanted to be with women that were more, that they liked as people. Okay. And so that was surprising because men are like, oh, attractiveness. But when they were matched with the attractive women, they decided that they didn't want to be with these women, A, because the vibe wasn't there, B, because they didn't feel like it'd be a secure relationship. They wouldn't be able to trust this kind of woman. And so therefore they ended up choosing women that were not the best, but that had the best personality. They had the best vibe. They could trust. They were secure with. Okay. It is so more than that. It says on physical looks, you set yourself up for pain, misery, and heartbreak. Absolutely. So we've got to look for more. We've got to be more. We've got to be more. And that's what I want for our young women in general, y'all. My whole point. My internet's going in and out, and I apologize for that. But again, you guys, what I am trying to say is that beauty is important, but we cannot stop there. We cannot stop there. We cannot stop at beauty. We cannot stop there. We have to be more than that. We have to have brains, intelligent, moral compass. We come with peace, things of that nature. We cannot just stop there. That's my whole point of my platform, is that we don't have enough young women out here that are advocating, and that can be a different kind of model of what else you can be. And you can still be seen as beautiful. You can still be seen in a certain light, but you don't have to sell your soul to do that. That's my whole point. There's a way to be a social media influencer without me taking off my clothes. There's a way for me to do it without me giving a certain aspect of me up. I can make money and I can do certain things without having to give up a piece of my soul to do that. Looks is one thing, but having the entire package, oh, that's another. That's what I want to be. That's what I want to see. And when I look at these young women and I see them when I go into these schools, and all they care about, it's not even about school anymore. It's not even about education. It's more about how I look, saving up for the next surgery. That's not what I want our young women to be talking about. When I was 16, 17 years old, I was thinking about what college I'm going to go to. I wasn't thinking about what surgery I could get. Young women are putting their money and their opportunity in their appearance, because at this point, what they see online, and they don't understand yet the difference between sexual attention. Well, a lot of women don't understand the difference between sexual attention and real attention, intention and sexual attention. They don't understand the difference of that yet, and that's a shame. But unfortunately, these young women are being misguided. And I want them to see a different thing. I want them to see a different kind of influence. That's what I want them to see. I rebuke the devil right now in the name of Jesus. Y'all talking about my internet? I got AT&T fiber. I got that. I don't know what's going on, y'all. Y'all know I'm in the country, man. I might need to get better internet, apparently. All right, you guys, we got more to go. I haven't even, Lord Jesus, I haven't even gone through everything. But we are going to look at another video I saw on TikTok. All right, you guys, we got a good show. So I need you guys to keep the likes up. I need you guys to go ahead and we still got a little bit more to go. Okay. I'm actually going to go with this one. I think I'm going to go with this one. I pray that it plays, y'all, because y'all know my internet been acting up. I don't know why my internet been acting up the way that it been acting up, but it really doesn't, you know. All right, you guys. So we gonna go ahead and watch this. We gonna watch this content.
Basically, I've noticed that women seem to just like jerks.
I'm gonna go back.
I succinctly remember that about 10 years ago, after my divorce, well, I guess my divorce a little bit longer than that.
Y'all, is that him and his wife? Do y'all see that in the background? Do y'all see that? Is that him and his ex-wife? Okay. Anyway, continue.
Basically, I've noticed that women seem to just like jerks. They liked assholes. If the more you treat someone like crap, the more the women, I'm a good guy seeking relationship, and I just noticed women would choose jerks and assholes. So men who basically ignored them, women seem weirdly attracted to that. Now, that's most likely because the woman in the relationship is following a pattern from her past, following a pattern from her childhood. This is one of the reasons why I want you to read the book Getting the Love You Want by Harvell Hendrix and Helen Hunt, because this talks about the imago, why we choose men who aren't, men or women who aren't right for us, because we're most likely following a pattern in our life. Okay. But the reality is most men on some level, as well as women, we want companionship, we want connection, we want sex. So because of that, we want relationship, but we might ignore people because our childhood wounds and traumas are suffocating us from being able to be in a healthy, happy relationship. This is one of the reasons why I highly recommend reading the book, The Hoffman Process, so you can understand why this is all happening, and you could be healing yourself along the way. Okay, so you're not choosing men who are going to ignore you that like you. Okay, and this is why, if you follow my work, I'm such a big proponent of personal development work, self-help, and spiritual work. That's why I wrote my book, What the Heck is Self-Love Anyway? You see that by Jonathan Aslay. This is a journey to begin to choose better men. Because what's happening when a man ignores you, who likes you, is that most likely these two things are going on inside of himself. First off, he's wearing a mask. And that mask is a false sense of confidence because he doesn't genuinely value himself.
Wow, that's deep.
Let's take that in. He's wearing a mask because he genuinely doesn't value himself. This goes back to the self-love piece.
All right, you guys. So I'm going to stop sharing that. What do you guys think about him? What do you think about what he's saying? If you disagree, put 2 in the chat. If you agree, put 1 in the chat. I just want to know what the men think about that. What do you guys think about his perspective? Obviously, I wanted to put 2 different perspectives on there. So women and men. So men that were talking to men and men that are talking to women. I wanted to get 2 different perspectives. So what do you guys think? It's true. Oh, man. Okay. 1. Julia says 1. Her Paul Charles said that was lame. Okay. Do you agree or disagree? Let's get to the meat of the message. Dora says 1. Shane says 2. 1. 1, 1.5, maybe for some, not everyone. Okay, I see what you're saying. 2, disagree. Now, y'all, his biggest perspective here, in my opinion, was basically saying that women and men, or men, when they're ignoring women, are dealing with other issues. It's a mask, it's a bravado of sorts that they're putting on to ignore certain women. He also brought up another thing, which I think is interesting. He said that women are only attracted to men like this because they have not healed. Okay. That women are pursuing or liking men that go after you and say certain things. Thank you. No, of course, Dora, I saw you. That women are not healed. And so therefore they're attracted to men that ignore them. And then they pursue men that ignore them. So I want to know, do you guys agree with that aspect of things? Do you think that women, when they're attracted to men, do you think only women that need to heal are attracted to men that ignore them? Let's talk about it. Do you think that women that need to heal, only women that need to heal, are the ones that are attracted to that type of behavior? I want to see some 1s or some 2s in the chat. Do you think that women, 1, if you say yes, all women, no, only the women that are dealing with childhood trauma are attracted to that. Or 2, no, I think most women are attracted to that. No trauma, all trauma. So I just want to know what you think. Is it 1, only the women that are hurting, that are attracted to men that are ignoring women, or ignoring them, or not giving them that kind of attention? Or 2, the other? No, well, I agree, heavy hitters. I don't disagree with that. Okay, no. All right. I see. Yes, I believe you're a confident man. You know what you got. You ignore. The chat is off or something. Both men and women. 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay. 1, no, it goes down to female nature as well. Okay, I see that as well. Now some people want people who are likely to be abusive. Well, I think that as well. I think that too. Every human being is dealing with childhood trauma. Childhood is traumatic, always has been, always will be. I think everybody's dealt with some trauma. That's true. You heal by earning attention. 111. Okay, so I see there's a lot of mixtures. This is probably the most mixed poll that I've seen, where people are like, yes, no, yes, it does. I think most women that are into that pattern from childhood, like let's say their father wasn't as involved, they had to get his attention, so therefore they do this game with men because of the childhood trauma and the impact their father made. You know, we can get into all that stuff. I think that, yes, childhood plays a huge role in how we attach to people and don't attach to people. But I think that at the end of the day, I think a lot of women, just because of human nature, even outside of being hurt, I think that all women are, because we're hypergamous. It doesn't really, that's how we are created, to get the best possible mate, right? We're created to get the best possible mate that we can get. And so when a man just demonstrates a certain value, we are attracted to that. It doesn't matter who you are. I think that women that have not gone through so much trauma, it may not be so, I need this kind of guy, or F all guys, that they ain't doing this, that they ain't doing that, then I ain't gonna be with them. It's not that kind of energy. I think that, but most women like men that demonstrate that they have a certain type of prowess, they have a certain type of pedigree, they got a certain type of thing going on. I think all women have that level of wanting the best possible mate. And so therefore, when you demonstrate that you have more value, they therefore put you in that category. And that's right, Patrick Black. Exactly right, sir. Ding, ding, ding. That's why men need to be on their purpose to build value. I agree, but I don't want us as a society to continue to make it so that men are just paychecks. Because I'm seeing a lot of stuff, and it's really, I mean, it's, that's not what the conversation for tonight, but that's that. JL, I don't know what you talking about with that one. I don't know what you mean by that. Interest level cuts through everything. Too many men try to convince a woman that they will never be interested in him. I think that the thing about women, we are taught to play games. We're taught to play hard to get. That's what we're taught to do. In today's society, women are more aggressive than they've ever been. We are more like, oh, we want this man, we gonna go after him. But I was taught to very much play like hard to get, not to pursue, indicate interest, but I'm not gonna pursue no man. But I've seen a lot of women that are like, if I like him, I'm gonna pursue him, and I'm cool with that too. You do what you want to do. But as far as me in my house, Sam ain't doing that. Sam ain't pursuing no man. No. Yeah. So I think that the husband, I don't know, the husband of one wife, I don't know the Andrew Tate thing. I think the point of Andrew Tate's thing was for me to say, he was saying that men's attention is expensive. It should be like gold. It should be hard to get. It should not just be easily given away. If there's married men on this chat, you should not just be giving your attention away to all these different young women that ain't got nothing to do with raising your kids or building your legacy. Y'all are giving your attention away to women that will never be what you need your wife to be. Instead of putting that attention into random women on the internet, I'm saying sow into your home. That's what I'm saying. I don't know anything about what Andrew Tate got going on. All I know is that perspective to me resonates. That men's attention is absolutely expensive. I think I've used my platform to build awareness for women and men, but for women is understanding that attention it should not be everything. But for men, it is, if you know the power of your attention, then be wise about how you spend it. That's my point. Men need to limit access women have in their lives. Only the most qualified should be close to you. Thank you, Corey. Thank you, Corey. Absolutely, sir. Yes. Yes. That's it. That's the point. It's not about necessarily, guys. I know we got caught up in the ignoring and the secret of ignoring. But my point is that I think that a lot of men go so hard that they decrease their own value by how hard they go in pursuing, right? They're trying so hard to get this woman to like them, to see the value in them. And I think that when you do that, you actually end up hurting yourself more than helping yourself. That's how I see it. And that's the point of this. And I think with women, now we got some women on the live. Women, I want to ask you, when a man is all like texting you, calling you every night, texting you all the time, wanting to see you every day, in the very, very beginning, before you get on that date, is that a turnoff, yes or no? I want to see the women in the chat. 1, if that's a turnoff. 2, if it's not a turnoff. I want to see the women in the chat. If a man is on you, he hasn't met you, he met you on a dating app, or you met on social media or whatever that is, and he's texting, calling, trying to see you every day. I want to know, does that turn you on when he calling, texting, sending you paragraphs? Is that something that is a turn on to you? I'm seeing no. Eva says yes, that is a turn on for her. Eva says that's great. I'm trying to see if there's other women that's going. Deb is saying no, that's a turn off. Carol is saying no. Christina is saying no. Shane is saying that's very desperate. Ashley's saying she like it. Now, for the women that like it, tell me if it's the guy doesn't know you. He's texting, he's calling, he's sending all these messages to you. What about that makes it attractive to you? Oh, yes, definitely a turn off. It's a turn off. Okay, it's a turn off to you. Oh, Ashley's saying it's a turn off. Okay, I got you. Eva's saying it's a turn off. I'm sorry, I said that wrong. So Carol says it's a turn off. Christina's saying it's not a turn off. Christina's the one who's saying it's not a turn off. So she's the only one. The only one who's saying that it's not a turn off is Christina. Cheryl, I would disagree because I think that a lot of young women get caught up in a man being all in and doing all these things and going in and out. And they're like, oh, he's intentional. He ain't intentional. He intentionally trying to get between them legs. Let's keep it real. It could be a game that's being played because there's guys that are nice. Like, I watch these shows all the time where dudes are like the nicest guys. They doing all this stuff for this girl, right? And they don't have no good intentions. They have just as bad intentions as the dude that isn't doing right by you than the other. So we can't say, oh, he's intentional, so I'm going to give it. No, because you can get caught up in that too. That's why you also need to vet men out, because if he's coming on so strong in the beginning, I would argue that he don't have good intentions either. He's just going about it in a different way. I.e. love bombing is a thing. Love bombing is messing with a narcissistic person. Okay, a person with narcissistic tendencies or MPD. Somebody that comes in, sweeps you completely off your feet, and then you in a disastrous, toxic cycle for years upon end, but it's somebody that comes in strong and it looks like intentional. Again, just because somebody coming in that strong and doing that much doesn't mean that that's the man for you. There she, Nita said, look, she said, Nita got a whole, let me see you, Nita. She said, I won't chase, I attract. So I think it's a good thing he texted me before the day happened. I don't need it. That's not the point. My point is not him texting you. My point is him coming at you very strongly before he knows you. That's my point. Texting you before the date is cool. I'm saying when I'm coming on to you, telling you, you my soulmate, you my wife. I knew it when I saw your Instagram. You the one for me. You it, girl. You everything. Let's do. That's not real. I don't know you. I don't know. You don't know me. Right? That's my whole thing, y'all. We gotta, I'm just saying, y'all, there's men, y'all be thinking these super nice dudes that do everything for you. Those are the guys, oh, they intentional. They know what they want. No, they know exactly what they want. Have y'all ever seen F-Boy Island? F-Boy Island, all the F-Boys told you everything you wanted to hear until like the 10th episode. Then they keeping it real. So it's not necessarily an indication that I feel like the guy that's moving slow and steady, that's a more genuine person than somebody that's like, move in tomorrow. Let's get into a relationship in a week. Like, no, that's not the intentional dude. That's a guy who you're being used for other things. You don't even realize. Y'all, so that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Why am I trouble? Why somebody calling me trouble? Why somebody calling me trouble? I ain't trouble. I'm a blessing from the Lord. Y'all, what I will say, I appreciate all 200 of y'all that waited on me. It's not it, my internet. Y'all making some real. My internet, no, this time my laptop died. Deb asked me earlier to check my laptop, and then let's go. It decided to die. But my internet, y'all, I need to be calling AT&T for sure, because I don't know. Me continue to do this, I'm probably gonna have to get a new internet and a new laptop, because these things is just not coming together. I sure wouldn't want to be your lesson from the Lord. That's for sure. No. Oh Lord, my internet out. Lord Jesus. Well, guys, y'all, with my internet and my technology not necessarily wanting to come on tonight, I hope that this brought value. The point of these things is to bring value. I rebuke the devil in the name of Jesus. I know he doesn't want me to be on here. I know he doesn't want me to do this. I know he doesn't want me to be successful. So I rebuke him in the name of Jesus. I'm here to let you guys know that first off, you are valuable, you are loved, and you are chosen. And I pray that you utilize what you know and what you've learned tonight wisely. Ladies, same with you. Because I think that there are some very good lessons that were brought into this thing when it comes to men and women. And again, you guys, thank you for joining us tonight. I had an amazing time. Y'all have this definitely, AT&T is definitely done. So that's just what it is. That's what it is, what it ain't. We gonna get go ahead and get out. We gonna get out. I love y'all, and I will see you guys next Wednesday for our show. Love you guys. Please press the like button. To Deb's point, it's free. It's free. Unlike my internet and my laptop, it's free. All right, beautiful people. I'm talking to you guys soon. Bye-bye.